Right, that was the scene for the Turning Point USA Texas State University chapter president during and after a student government meeting where the student body government there voted to ban the conservative group from campus altogether. So let's talk to the founder of Turning Point USA about this, Charlie Kirk. Good to have you with us tonight, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to read part of the resolution against you so you can reply to some of the charges here. This is put together by student government. They say that you consistently, the group, Turning Point USA, consistently has a history of creating hostile work and learning environments, upholding and enforcing racism or white supremacy, that you harass, intimidate, threaten students and faculty as you see fit. Your reply.
Total, completely, and baseless. That's the first. Baseless accusations. Do they know that Turning Point USA hosts the nation's largest young black leadership summit? Did they know that Turning Point USA brought 400 young black leaders to the White House back in October? Do they know that Turning Point USA hosts the nation's largest young Latino leadership summit for freedom-loving Hispanics all across the country? Do they know that one of our spokesperson, Rob Smith, is a gay black veteran? Do they know that our communications director is Candace Owens, who had a great day on Capitol Hill, by the way, yesterday, standing up to this exact type of hatred and this exact type of demagoguery towards people that dare to think differently? And look, here's the bottom line, is the left hates the idea that there are other ideas. And it's too bad, because our chapter leader at Texas State, Stormy Rodriguez, is a young Hispanic woman who believes so confidently in her conservative views that she goes through this type of hatred and she goes through this kind of hostility. And it's too bad that we as a country have not moved for a place where you're allowed to hear another idea without wanting to shut it up or silence it.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that the student government put forth this resolution, but good on the administration for overriding this and vetoing it to allow our Turning Point USA group to exist.
Okay, so the students, in putting this thing together, they said we need to have an environment free of discrimination, intimidation, and censorship. And one of the student senators argued, if you actually favor free speech, then you will favor this measure kicking you guys off campus. That was part of the discussion. But as you said, the dean of students there said a statement in part. It says student government does not have the authority to independently bar a recognized student organization. Texas State supports the constitutional rights of all of our students, faculty, staff, and visitors. But I watched the video, and we can barely show much of it because there's so much language and so much bleeping and vulgar gestures and all kinds of things. Why do you think that your organization invokes that kind of response from people? They say you guys aren't sensitive to ethnics and minority concerns on campus. They were very unhappy.
Even though our chapter leader is a Hispanic woman. But I will say this, it's so important. Why are they so threatened by these ideas? Because we're having success. They don't want a marketplace of ideas. They don't want debate and dialogue and discussion. They would rather have a monopoly of those ideas on a college campus. And I will say this, kudos to President Trump, because we've seen a change. I will be honest, we've seen a change since the president courageously signed that executive order upholding the First Amendment rights of all students on college campuses. In years past, an administration would not always come in like this. I'll tell you, this is a true change, and we're seeing a change on the ground at Turning Point USA on college campuses for students to be able to freely express their opinions when they're not always in the majority. And I'll say this, imagine if for a second a group of students wearing Make America Great Again hats were hurling those kind of pejoratives and insults at a liberal student activist trying to form a group. It'd be a nationwide news story. That's the double standard that exists on college campuses and in the narrative.
We'll continue following the organization. I suspect these incidents will continue. So, Charlie Kirk, keep us updated.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You bet.